Welcome to the Power Chair Farmer channel. Today we're going to be talking about peppers. Now, I used to think I was Dr. Pepper. I used to like growing a lot of the hot peppers. Grew so many, I had enough that I put up and made hot sauce for my family, gave out gifts for Christmas. But I still got probably about 6 or 7 gallon bags, Ziploc bags, frozen right now. So I didn't need to do any of those this year. But what I did is I started growing some of the sweet or the bigger peppers this year. Right here you see, right here, what are these called? Yeah. Yes, I did buy these from Bonnie. I could have grew my own, but peppers aren't, they delicate. But anyway, yes, got them. And look, had them now for maybe about 3 weeks. They're making production. And I got some smaller ones. They're out here beside my tomatoes. And and then I got tomatoes, peppers, eggplants are in the nightshade family. And also, your potatoes are in the nightshade family. When you look at a potato and a tomato right beside each other, when they're just plants without any fruit, they kind of look alike. But another thing about these nightshades, do not eat the leaves. They will make you sick, if not kill you. There are some more of my peppers. What we got right here? These are the big girls right here now. Yeah. You see, I like growing a lot of stuff in the grow bag. Again, when you're a power chair, now it's not the easiest thing in the world. And setting up trying to hoe, nope, we ain't doing none of that. So we grow in the grow bags, in which these grow bags are the smallest ones I got are 5 gallon, and you see I got some fruit trees in some of the 10 gallons. They got plenty of room to grow. I got 2 growing in this one. These right here are 1 in a 5 gallon. That one with the 2, that's a 7 gallon. Which ones are these? These are yeah. Well, a lot of my plants from Haas Tools. They do me pretty well. Got a lot of plants from them. I get my seeds from them. But yeah, these are the Hasinator jalapeno peppers. They're still on the small side. And if you look right here, that's a small plant. And it's already throwing the jalapeno up. That one's got a jalapeno growing on it too. They're growing pretty small, but they're still growing. Put that in. Speaking of jalapenos, I don't know if y'all used to watch not Jeff Fox, what was his name? Jeff Dunham. Yeah, that's his name, Jeff Dunham. With the puppets. He had that jalapeno on the stick. I love that thing.
Here is Jose Jalapeno. Jose Jalapeno on the stick. Jose Jalapeno on the stick.
He was got a little too sensitive in this world. Another character, I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but it's the good times. Had a good character on there called Sweet Daddy D. And I guess some people fuss because, I don't know, he was a pimp and y'all sucked his teeth when he talked. I thought the man was funny. But next thing you know, I see Jeff Dunham. He doesn't have that. He has Walter. He has jalapeno stick, which I'd be really offended by that one if I was Latino people. But I don't know. He had Ahmed the terrorist. I mean, it was, everybody was fair game. He even had an alien on there. A little, I guess, supposed to be a little redneck guy on there. I mean, it was a representation of everybody's worst. It was not just offending one. He had, Walter's supposed to be the old stubborn old fogey white man. So everybody was fair game. He was a comedian, but I don't know. People started fussing. But anyway, but I hope everybody's doing good today. I'm out here enjoying this weather. Um, can't complain. As I said, we're looking at peppers and everything. You know what? I'm going to change this up. This ain't going to be about just peppers alone. Let's go ahead and talk about all the nightshades, since I got them right here. We're on the power chair. We're moving, y'all. Moving. Come over here and let's look at my tomatoes. Now, I got one group of tomatoes in, and we're not really sure. I checked, with the Clemson Extension, which is our state's agricultural school, and they got back to me. They're not really sure, but they agree with me. That was some kind of something that happened to them. Right after I got my tomatoes, trying to harden them off out in the sun and everything in the weather, we had a solar flare. And about a week after we had a solar flare, I noticed my plants looked funny. They've been yellow with some darkness on them since then. They're still growing. I mean, look at it. It's got new growth on it. This one wasn't out in the sun as much, so it didn't do it. But that one, and there was one over there. So I got like 4 of them that got touched by this, and they're saying, it's some kind of sun something. But I'm feeding them, I'm watering them, and hopefully they grow out of it. Tomatoes love sun, but they don't love too much sun. I'll go ahead and tell you that. They don't like too much sun. They can get burnt. Matter of fact, right here, when I get mine, tell you this little tomato and pepper garden. Right here, I got a little umbrella. If it gets too hot, I pull the umbrella up. Yes, I got my Blue Eddy stuff, getting it ready for my house. For those, you need to get some generators for your house. You rely on the government to supply you with every single thing. You rely on them to feed you food. You rely on them to give you power. You rely on them to sit there and make sure you're safe. You rely on them too much. When they fall, you're falling too. So you gotta learn to do for yourself. But look at these tomatoes. Yeah, same age. But as I said, those other ones were out there and they got that, whatever that was. It hit them, and it hit them hard and it stunted their growth. But look at, we got nice blossoms already. Nice blossoms. Let me show you a little trick. If you got your tomatoes and you say, I don't see no bees around them, are they going to get pollinated? I'm going to show you the easiest thing. All you got to do is come on there. We can't see it right here because I ain't got one of them GoPro cameras and I ain't got that super zoom lens. But little pollen just came out. May hit this one. There's one down here. It's already been pollinated. And let's see, yep, it's already starting to form a tomato. Got one down here, it's already starting to form. Tomato. Got a bunch of, nice things. Now, another thing. Marigold needs water. Don't worry, them things just stay. It's already dry. It's hot today. It's not too hot, but it's warm. But marigolds. Put marigolds with your nightshades. For one, there's a hornworm. Some of you call them tobacco worms, hawk moths, whatever you want to call them. They will devastate your plants. If you come outside one day and you're not noticing that all your leaves are gone, yeah, it's probably one of them hornworms. Now, if you come outside and your tomatoes been eaten alive, there's another little larva that will just eat the tomato fruit itself and devastate it. So you got to come out here and watch. See, what kind of tomato is this? This is from Haas, red snapper tomato. Yeah. And this one right here is the Hasinator. That sucker's gonna be huge. Yeah, when I get there, it's like clay, pretty much. Clay and a little bit of silt, maybe. Mix the clay, put the clay in there, and I mix a little bit of perlite with it and some gypsum. Break that sucker down and sort of start aerating and healing and growing some life. But that's at the bottom of the bag. Then I put a little bit of a mixture of pot and soil, a mixture of ground amendment soil in there. And when I do that, I put in a couple of scoops of potassium powder. And my potassium powder is pretty much going to be potash. Uh, put bone meal powder in there. I put azomite. For those who don't use azomite or know what azomite is, uh, meal powder in there. I put azomite. For those who don't use azomite or know what azomite is, um, azomite is pretty much volcanic rock. Now, I wouldn't say fresh out the volcano, but it's only a couple of million years old, probably. It's not old enough to become sand or rock pieces, but 70 minerals plus trace elements in pretty much a pound of it. So I would grab a cup full of that, put it in the soil with it. I also say that bone meal, days my bone meal, potassium, what's it saying, potash, and yeah, that's about it. That's it, and that's covering my P and K for the NPK route for fertilization. Now, you're sitting there like, well, Mr. Power Chair Farmer, why don't you use some nitrogen? If you get these things nitrogen, I mean, it rains, and when it rains, rain is pretty much bringing nitrogen because most of all our air that we breathe is pure nitrogen. The rain will bring nitrogen put into the soil. You overstimulate this with nitrogen, it's going to sit there and try to make leaves. Now, leaves are good because each one of these leaves that are down here on these plants are solar generators. And I showed you earlier my blue eddies over there making my own generators. But these plants have their own generators. The more they generate using sunlight, water, they make sugar. Sugar, yeah. And people say they live off sugar. Not actually, they don't live off sugar. They need some sugar, but they don't need a lot, like us. But what they do with their stores is they'll store it down in their roots. You said they don't store it in their leaves? Well, they make it in their leaves, and the leaves still have some sugar in it, but most of it they try to store in their roots. And if it's a tuber type plant, then they store it in tubers. They use it for making, production of new leaves, production of fruit, production of blossoms, but a lot of it goes to the roots. The roots will attract microbes, bacteria to them, and then they'll suck the life out of the bacteria, the stuff that's around it. And sometimes fungus will try to go around there, and fungus will sit there and protect it. All this asking from the plant is to give me some nitrogen. And then if the plant's dry and the fungus, when I say fungus, I'm talking about the mycelial network. I'm big about the mycelial network. They got road systems, man. Look it up about Japan, their subway systems. You'd be amazed. Just put in Google, Japan subway systems, mycelial network. But you'll see how awesome that is. But mycelial networks in these plants, you got a bunch of mycelium. One part of it's getting water, one part's not. They'll ship water to one spot. One spot got a lot of nutrients, they'll ship it to the other part. Awesome. Now, here's another little project. Another nightshade These are my
Potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, greens, potatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
potatoes. Look at this blossom. Ooh, it's got blossoms. He said, do they make seeds? Yeah, they make seeds, but do I grow mine from seed? No. Take potatoes and put them in a dark spot or a bag or box somewhere where it's dark. And they got little eyes on them. The eyes will start coming out and they make, little shoots off of there. Take those shoots, and a lot of people put them in the ground. That's how they do them. But, again, remember, I can't get on the ground and do stuff like that. So put them in grow bags. Some are 5-gallon, but most of these are 7-gallon grow bags. Plenty of loose soil. Plenty of potash. Plenty of azomite, some bone meal, and which is that bone meal again is your phosphorus. Phosphorus is good for the whole health of the plant, cell reproduction. Potassium is going to sit there and help that sucker get those big fat roots, tubers, because, potatoes are pretty much a potassium source. And what happens, these big generators are sitting up here collecting sunlight. I'm doing a little study right here. I'm putting them and staggering them because, I ain't feeding the world with them right now. I'm feeding my family, which we all should be doing. And when you're doing potatoes and feeding your family, you don't want them to go to eyes neither. So you stagger their plantings. You plant them at different times. These are the first ones right here. And then back there, we got some, later. And then those over there are later. I got about 8 more of my plant, probably Monday. And so it's called succession planting. And as I harvest them, we eat what we need. You may say about eating what you need. Well, you got any pest problems? I told you these leaves are pretty much poisonous. I do have a pest though. Yeah, let's look at this pest right here. See my flowers are gone? Yeah. Flowers aren't poisonous. But these trashy deer, yes, I'm talking about them, trashy deer, because they also are eating on my orchard. Yeah, they got another. Oh, there's some nice little tender shoots. I'm gonna go out there and eat them. Well, they just won't eat the shoot. They'll sit there and yank on the thing and break a limb. Break a horn off of them suckers. So here's one I planted last week sometime. You see a little shoots coming up. I think there's a shoot right there trying to come up. These were a couple weeks back. How do you know when these are ready? Okay, it's a lot different than tomato. Tomato, you see it up there and it looks all right, whatever color you got. You got red, purple, orange, green, yellow, whatever. Well, you know what type it is. When it's that color, it's pretty much about right. Well, eggplants, same way. Peppers, the same way. Another little secret about peppers. Bell peppers, that is. We are not supposed to eat green bell peppers. There's a little enzyme in peppers. The older they get, the more it kind of wanes away from the pepper. That's not good for people who have stomach issues or have arthritis. It can help them persist. And the reason we do eat green bell peppers is because they start off green and they will turn the color they're supposed to be, which is going to be red, yellow, orange, chocolate. But they all start off with that green. Well, it takes a while for them to turn the colors. Well, farmers know that people don't know better, so they'll serve them green. That's why there's a price difference. You see them green in the store? Yeah. No, I didn't. I picked this sucker when it was only 70 days old. It's about 105 days. before peppers are mature. And you sit there about, well, if they look ready, they're ready. No, they're not ready. You see it taste when you taste them. Like these tomatoes in the store, you can pick a tomato while it's green if it's a red tomato or other color tomato, and sit it somewhere where it's going to stay dry, and it'll go ahead and change colors. And you sit there and say, well, that's right. No, I call it not right.